Now, the French Foreign Minister says 15 women and 32 children held in jihadist prison camps in Syria have been repatriated to France. Rights groups have been pressing France to take back the wives and children of Islamist fighters held in those camps since 2019. Well, French authorities have said a blanket repatriation means that returning radicalised people could spell security risks. Let's talk more about this. France 24's Wassim Nasr joins me here in the studio. Wassim, this marks, in fact, the third major return of French citizens. What do we know in terms of numbers of who's come back and who is still in these camps?
Actually, as you said, it's the third time that women and their children are brought back. And we're not talking only about French women. We're also talking about mothers of French children, a few, but still. So it's the third time. Actually, 142 children and 46 women were taken back to France this way, and does not include all those that were extradited from Turkey, for example, or who left other places like Idlib and joined France in other means. So those kind of operations are much complicated on security terms. We have to imagine that the plane A400 Airbus comes with the army. They take them and they fly straight away to France. So the security conditions around the camp and in the camp should be optimal in order for this to happen in a safe way, and in coordination also with the Kurdish authorities on the ground, who only facilitated, because the Kurdish authorities aren't recognized, so they cannot be part really of the process. So the women sign and they say that they know that they're going to go to jail and they're going to be separated from their children, and this way they could be judged in France. Otherwise, if there's a problem in the procedure, they couldn't be judged in France. So it's a very particular procedure, and some of those women still refuse to come back for many reasons. Some are very radicalized, as you said. Others are afraid to be separated from their children, and others are just living under pressure in those camps from other radicalized women from other nationalities, and are not there to formulate the wish to come back.
And perhaps also the fear of facing justice once arriving in France, because it's very much the unknown. French, NGOs, if you will, French rights groups, and not only French, but have been really talking about the conditions of these camps, calling them deplorable, unlivable, and that being one of the key reasons why they want to bring these French citizens back. Walk us through some of the conditions in these camps in Syria.
Conditions are very, very hard. The living conditions are very hard, and if we can look at the map, we see where those camps are really located in Syria. So the last three repatriations happened from Al-Roj camp that we see here on the extreme northeast of Syria, and other camps where French are being held is especially Al-Hol for women and children, but also in other places where men are being held. So it's a judicial hole, if I may say so, because they are not judged. The authorities on spot cannot judge them. They just keep them. And on the other hand, which is not very well known from the large public, is that inside the camps are being run by the inmates themselves. So Islamic State ideology is still very active in Al-Hol, especially. Operations of the Kurdish forces are happening on daily basis inside of the camp, but the Islamic State is present in the camp. And on the other hand, what we saw on the map, the yellow dots, is actually areas of operations of the Islamic State. Knowing that the Islamic State, one of its aims is to liberate their own, and some of those women still hope to be liberated by the jihadis. And we should remember that a year ago, it happened in Al-Hasaka prison. Jihadis took over the prison last year in January 2022. They controlled the prison for almost a week, and hundreds of inmates escaped from those people. We have images of this happening, and hundreds of inmates escaped. Some were killed, some were caught, but others are still on the run. And to push them out of the prison, it took Kurdish forces and American special forces and British special forces for a week. So this danger still exists for all other detention facilities, because the Islamic State is seeking to liberate its own, either in Syria, Iraq, or other places.
All right, Wassim, bringing us up to date on that repatriation of women and children this Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you.